Questions for the Reformers, the TULIP, and the Calvinist people. If determinism, God predetermined, decreed all and whatsoever comes to pass, and nothing can be otherwise than what's been predetermined, why is there a need to create categories and new vocabulary to explain it? Wouldn't it just be? Wouldn't it just be easy to see in the Bible and knowable, understandable, instead of contrary, contradictory, seemingly lies, right? Such as compatibilism, secondary causes. Why would anybody need to fight so hard to create categories? Here, I'm just going to scroll these, okay? This is all stuff from the Westminster Confession, a famous Calvinist named Hodge, just to show you that that's what it believes, what determinism teaches. Okay, here is a secondary question. If determinism were true, why would the Bible read like it does? Why would the Bible read ever as if what we're doing as humans, how we're doing it, instigates, brings about, leads to, conditionally executes anything, whether it be believe and be saved, whether it be if you obey me and don't follow false gods, then I will. Should the Bible ever read in those ways? Now, I got to be honest, anybody that creates new vocabulary, new categories, and needs totally unbiblical words to describe what's biblical, it sounds satanic to me, sounds serpenty to me. Here's Genesis 3:1, if you forgot. Now, think about your Reformed theology. Is it shrewd? Is it cunning? Is it crafty? Is it deceitful? Hey, look, God conditions you to do stuff. The Bible reads as if the people who didn't do it actually got in trouble because they chose not to do it. But everything's been predetermined, right? Everything's exhaustively, divinely, meticulously controlled and can't be otherwise. But it's your fault. And, well, right there sounds cunning, crafty. These are all the different words used. I went through about 15 Bible versions. Genesis 3:1, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Other versions say the serpent was more crafty. The snake was more shrewd, more cunning. In the Amplified Bible, skilled at deceit and cunning. Now the serpent was wiser than the other beast of the field. And what happened? The serpent brought about words, new thoughts along with words, new vocabulary words that brought about new meaning and new thought and new concepts that, well, to the human mind can be believable, especially if you don't know better, especially if you're listening to a trusted source. Now, you might say, but Eve wasn't listening to a trusted source. Here's a side thought, and my video is getting too long. The side thought is, have you ever considered the first 10 days of creation, what it might have been like for Adam and Eve? All these animals are there, and they're doing fantastic things. They're laying with you. Maybe the lions are carrying their cubs and setting them down, and Adam's naming them, and just so many incredible things in this new world that you don't really understand, right? You're learning it. You're learning about it as Adam and Eve. So all of a sudden, you've got fruit growing out of the trees. Instantly you can watch it, and the cherry comes out of the tree. I mean, just fantastical things could be going on. So would it be that fantastical that a talking animal comes along? You go, whoa, this is a new thing that God must have created. God's a real cool creator. Well, I'll listen. Maybe this guy is smart. Maybe this serpent is somebody to listen to. Well, before you know it, incorrect words, incorrect vocabulary, incorrect ideas presented to people that are pure and great, and you listen. Therefore, you sin by choice, right? Anyway, my videos get too long. If determinism were true, why would the Bible ever read like it does? Why wouldn't it just be Why would there be categories? Why would there be extra words, biblical words, heavily defined words that you got to swing and mold and shape to teach a doctrine that the Bible, when you read it just as a regular reading, it doesn't really reveal compatibilistic determinism. Okay, head scratchers abound.